So today is October the 7th, and one of the weird things I've been realizing is that pretty much every single time I do one of these videos, I am always wearing a brown shirt, and pretty much always end up sitting in the exact same pose every single possible time. It's kind of strange, actually. It's not like I mean to do that or anything else, but today's the day I'm going to actually review an application, mainly for the iPhone OS. And as one of my friends just recently got an iPhone, and I was asking her tonight, and I was like, hey, what kind of a thing would you want reviewed? And she was like, I would totally like a game reviewed. So the app in question is Aurora Feint 2 Tower Puzzles. Now the game dynamics are pretty simple. It loads up with a level that will look pretty much like this. And if you notice on the top, you have a certain amount of moves, and you have a certain amount of balls just kind of kicking around in the middle. Now, one of the things I like is that you're using your finger to move said balls around. But the other thing you can also do is stuff like this. Now, it uses up a move and whatnot, and once you've used up your move, you have to restart the level again. But it's one of those little game dynamics that personally to me just kind of adds something fun to it. I mean, it's not just one game control specific where you're using thumbs or using one finger or you're shaking it around or you're yelling at it with your damn voice. It slowly starts to build throughout the level system where you start basically mixing everything from turning the iPod to jumbling stuff around. It's got a tutorial system built in, and that's one of the other great parts about it. It does explain the entire game. But it sure as hell does not give you any hints whatsoever, and that's probably the only con I would say with this system, or rather maybe its greatest pro. You're given the level, the ways to beat it, and you gotta figure out the entire little bit. Now, one of the other interesting parts, and kind of again a weird pro and a con, there is a level selection that you slowly unlock throughout the game. Levels 1 to 10 are easy, next ones are medium, and then eventually they're expert. But you unlock them slowly. There's no level selection and then you play the same levels again is what I'm stating. Which again is kind of a pro and kind of a con. I mean, some people would probably prefer there being a selection of basically replaying said levels in 3 different modes or different times or things like that. But one of the greatest pros about this, you have an unlimited amount of time. It's all about patience and figuring it out. So personally, if I was looking for a game to just play on a subway or a bus or in a park or wherever, this would be a perfect one. I mean, pretty much the easiest way I could recommend this game, it's a one-player version of chess. You have the small little marble, or balls as I keep calling them, but you still have a definitive amount of moves in place. Some of them you only get 1 move, others you get like 4 or 5, but once you've used them up, that's it. And it literally does take all of those moves to get all of them away. That's the other thing about it, is the point of the game is to get rid of a certain amount of colors, this one being blue and red, all completely gone by the time you get your last move. And that's the biggest challenge, is trying to figure that out. So basically, it's like I said, some of the levels will be really, really easy even though it's a hard level, and others of them will be really, really hard even though it's an easy. But again, I mean, it's free, it's very well put together, the sound effects are nice, the graphics are extremely well done. And I mean, for the price you really can't go wrong, and it's one of those things of, usually some free games or applications are just kind of crap. This one is really put together, and I'm surprised they're not at least selling it for a few bucks on the Apple iStore. So again, link is in the sidebar. Personally, I would say go grab it, try it out, and have some fun. And it's another day, and there's another trailer, and today's trailer, or rather today's movie that I'm looking at, is From Paris with Love, starring Jonathan Rhys-Meyers and John Travolta. The trailer is excellent. I'm not even going to go through that one. How do I put this together? Zany, weird action comedy. It's another one of those movies that you're kind of wondering how it got put together or why it wasn't put together earlier. Basic premise is there's a low-ranking operative and he suddenly gets kind of minorly promoted to tag team with a really super bad operative. The super bad operative is John Travolta in one of those random roles that just makes me respect the guy more and more. He pretty much goes through and picks roles just for the friggin' hell of it, it seems, and I can't actually typecast the guy in anything. I mean, every single role I think of him playing, he's always played someone different. From bad guys to good guys to, well, in one of his recent movies, a very large woman. And the other one is Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. I don't really follow any of his stuff, but the movies I have seen him, or the shows I've seen him in, he does do really, really well, and he's a good actor as well. But anyways, back to the movie. High-ranking operative seems to like to blow shit up and generally just kill people, and again, it's the look of the character John Travolta has set himself up with, is this bald, badass, very brash American guy who seems to run around with Desert Eagle .50s and anti-tank weapons, like most of us wear a pair of jeans and carry a goddamn iPhone. Basically, the trailer gives away how the story's gonna go, but doesn't really give away how it's gonna end or anything really major plot-wise. It pretty much sets it up like a funny little buddy-buddy film with 2 actors that I don't think I would have ever really thought of to see on the same damn screen. Personally, to me, for the look and the feel and how it works and everything else like that, and just the general way that it's cut, and that, again, that these two actors are together on the same bit, would put my ass in the seat. It's looking like a wham bam thank you ma'am sort of movie. You're gonna go in, you're gonna be entertained, it's gonna be fairly fast, a bunch of cheesy lines, a lot of stuff blowing up. Generally, quite frankly, that's all I really care. So, yeah, that's it. So to end it off, that's it. That's all. Good night and good luck.